Different people may have different impacts on our lives. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once remarked, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." Epictetus suggests that the key to a successful life is to keep only positive, optimistic, and who believe in you by your side. So we will discuss the 6 types of people who can derail your progress in Stoic philosophy, and how to navigate these challenging relationships. Type of people number 1, the complainer. We have all got that friend, family member, or coworker who finds fault in everything, with excessive complaints and crying and whining. They never miss an opportunity to express their displeasure. These actions might seem insignificant, but consistent exposure to such negativity depletes your mental well-being. It is like a dripping faucet slowly draining your reservoir of emotional energy. Your morale will deteriorate, and you will become increasingly dissatisfied with your job, and possibly with life in general. Stoicism teaches us to focus on actionable solutions instead of dwelling on problems. So how does Stoicism assist us in dealing with complainers? There are several approaches you can take. First, limit your exposure to this individual whenever you can. If that's not possible, perhaps because they are a family member or a coworker, your second option is to mentally distance yourself from their rants. Think of their complaints as a passing storm, loud and unsettling, but ultimately temporary and powerless against your strong inner tranquility. Your third option is to steer the conversation toward solutions, or to change the subject to something more constructive. As Marcus Aurelius remarked, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This timeless Stoic wisdom encourages us to guard our mental peace diligently, ensuring the negativity of chronic complainers. Type of people number 2, the naysayer. The naysayer walks into your life, glances at your work, and immediately begins to critique it. There are always naysayers who say it cannot be done, and deny, oppose, or are skeptical or cynical about something. Their words, like gray paint strokes, begin to dull your vibrant thoughts. When you share your excitement about something with a naysayer, they quickly list all the reasons why it will not work out. Soon enough, their doubts start to feel like your own, and the self-assured vision you had starts to wobble. How do you deal with a naysayer? Especially when they might be someone close to you. One unconventional but effective method is to ask them for advice, rather than just sharing your plans or aspirations. When people are put in an advisory role, they're less likely to attack your ideas outright, and may offer more constructive feedback. Another method involves flipping the script through a technique called positive confrontation. Instead of absorbing their negativity, challenge them to think of solutions. This not only deflects the negativity, but also encourages a more constructive form of conversation. Stoic philosopher Epictetus remarked, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Listening doesn't mean absorbing everyone's negativity. When the naysayers start to cloud your vibrant thoughts with their shades of doubt, take a step back, listen, reflect, and continue enjoying your life with the vibrant colors that speak to you. Type of people number 3, the drama magnet. The drama magnet seems to have an unending series of crises, conflicts, or controversies, and like a whirlpool, they have an unsettling ability to suck your calm life into their vortex of chaos. You might initially find yourself attracted to the drama magnet, but however you'll soon realize that being in their sphere is exhausting and dangerous. Dealing with drama magnets are so tricky. Their crises can often feel like your own. Their chaos is infectious. You might even find yourself embroiled in conflicts that you had no initial part in. To deal with drama magnets, you could employ strategy called reflective listening instead of offering advice or taking sides. This technique allows you to provide emotional support without getting entangled in the drama yourself. Another approach is to become selectively unavailable. Stoicism reminds us to value our time highly and sail our voyage towards personal growth and tranquility. As Seneca remarked, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Instead of anxiously wondering what crisis will happen next, concentrate on the present moment where you have control. Enjoy your life, and don't let it be disrupted by someone else's drama. Type of people number 4, the manipulator. The manipulator thrives on your predictable reactions. They manipulate your kindness, your guilt, or your desire to steer you in a direction that benefits them. Over time you find that your generosity has been taken advantage of, but calling them out feels uncomfortable because they framed it as a favor to a friend in need. Therefore, handling a manipulator can be tricky. One method to counteract their tactics is what some experts call the fogging technique. This technique involves agreeing with any truth in the manipulator's statements, but refusing to be moved by emotional coercion. By not responding in the expected way, the other person will cease confrontation, since the desired effect is not being achieved. Another approach is to set clear boundaries and enforce them. If the manipulator wants you to do tasks you're uncomfortable with, learn to say no assertively. Keep your tone calm and your words clear. Set a boundary while maintaining the friendship. Remember, by choosing to respond differently, you're taking control of your life. Drawing inspiration from Stoic thought, Epictetus remarked, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." So if you find a manipulator lurking in your life, remember that you're the one holding the pen. Your storyline is yours to write, and your journey should always be guided by your own values and decisions. When writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. Type of people number 5, the time vampire. A time vampire is someone who literally sucks your time like a vampire sucks blood. It could be a colleague who constantly interrupts you with trivial questions, turning your productive workday into a series of fragmented moments, or it could be a friend who invites you to countless social events that you're not interested in, making you feel obligated to attend, and drain your time and energy. These interactions might seem insignificant, but their accumulative effect can be greatly disruptive. So how do you protect your symphony from being ruined by a time vampire? If you find yourself dealing with a time vampire, remember that saying no is not just okay, it's essential for your well-being. Saying no calmly is not a rejection of the person, it's an affirmation of your own needs and priorities. As Seneca remarked, life, if well lived, is long enough, so don't let the cacophonous intrusion of a time vampire throw your symphony into disarray. Type of people number 6, the toxic positivist. When you are going through a difficult time, they are the ones telling you to just be happy, dismissing your feelings and experiences with a flippant wave of glittery optimism. While it may appear uplifting, their approach may leave you feeling invalidated and disconnected from reality. So how do you face your challenges without being interrupted by the toxic positivist with their glittery optimism of good vibes only? One strategy is to engage them in a discussion that embraces both positivity and negativity, emphasizing the importance of being able to distinguish between the two. Take a moment to acknowledge and label your nuanced feelings when the toxic positivist pushes you to just be happy. A Stoic approach isn't about focusing solely on the positive or the negative. It is about accepting life's complexities with equanimity, Seneca once remarked. True happiness is to understand our duties toward God and man, to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. Remember that a garden requires both sunlight and rain to thrive. In the same way, you require a balance of good and bad in your life to achieve equilibrium. For example, you need sadness to know happiness, and you need to lose to know how good it feels to win. Don't forget that self-awareness is key to recognize people around you. It's easy to recognize these types in others. Also check to see if you are not unintentionally playing one of these roles in someone else's life. Remember that Stoicism is about more than just navigating the world. It is also about understanding and improving oneself. Embrace your full emotional spectrum, and keep nurturing your life with the richness and complexity it deserves.